Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hope you also had a wonderful weekend. It was beautiful weather out there. I know I got up early Saturday morning and it was cool and crisp out there. You needed a long sleeve or a light jacket or something.
It was nice out there for a change. I stepped in to come in Saturday to work. Elise was like, it's too cold. I said, no, this is just perfect. I'm fine with it. Yeah, a little bit below average, I will say. We should be in the upper 50s and low 60s, out of those lower 50s. We did have a lot of upper 40s though for some parts. So it was pretty chilly all around, but we're going to flip the switch like we do about every week back to summer mode here for just a couple of days. Not going to last much long though.
Yeah, this seems very typical of Eastern Carolina, especially this time of year. We're just a few weeks into fall, so still kind of teetering with that summer-like temperature and then the fall. So today, tomorrow, it sounds like we're going to be dealing with some more summer-like feelings out there.
We are. The humidity is going to go up really by Wednesday. It's going to be getting a little more muggy out there. So there's a cold front coming in. We'll talk more about that and let you know how cool we'll go by the weekend.
Okay, awesome. Well, before we dig into the rest of your forecast, we do have a story from this weekend. We've been talking all about the many festivals and fairs that have been happening around our area over the last few weeks. Fair and festival season is in full swing, and one of those happened to be the North Carolina Seafood Festival this weekend down in Morehead City. Looked like a really great turnout, lots of people there enjoying some really good food. Looked like our reporter Haley Hollinger had a really nice time as well. Just nice to see the community coming together, and especially on such a beautiful weekend too by the water.
Yeah, of course, this has been going on for years and years on end, and I have not got down there yet, but it looks like it's always an amazing time every year.
I know, it sounds like we have to go to the Seafood Festival next year.
Be the 40th, right?
Yeah, that'll be a great milestone.
There you go.
All right, well, let's check out what Haley saw down there.
And here at the 39th Annual North Carolina Seafood Festival, it's as much about the food as it is about the education. A fishy scene that was all about food.
10 out of 10.
No, good. Oh yeah.
We get a rating?
10 out of 10. Fun.
The scat ride. That thing's really fun.
The swing ride.
I recommend you guys come out.
And also hanging out with friends.
And education.
Flounder season, recreation.
Saturday in Morehead City at the North Carolina Seafood Festival, the North Carolina Marine Fisheries Commission was out teaching people about the fish
And so we're trying to, ask people, do you fish? And if so, do you know about this? Because that's something that's going to be coming in December 1st.
Requirement is that those who recreationally catch and keep red drum, flounder, spotted sea trout, striped bass, and weakfish report what they keep to the NC Division of Marine Fisheries. All commercial fishers must report everything they harvest regardless of sales. Another big emphasis was local.
I would like to think at least half of the customers that walk through here know from us verbally that it matters that it's fresh and local.
Carrie Bennett works at Harbor Grill, and she says that they were excited to show off what their fishermen do.
The fishermen that we support, they're local friends of ours, so it matters. And when that shrimp ban happened, or they were talking about it, we were devastated. We were like, how's this happening to our community? How's this happening to the people around us and stuff? So we're very thankful that did not happen, and now we get to be here showcasing what they go out and do for their living,
And it seems people agree that NC fishermen are reeling in deliciousness.
Just left the big seafood house down there, and I am so full, and I loved it. I love it.
And I think it's pretty safe to say everyone's enjoying the food and the festival. In Morehead City, Haley Hollinger, WITN News.
We need to ask Haley what she was eating at the end there, like little sliders. They look really good.
Some little fish sandwich, I guess, would imagine. I was like, I should have told her to come back, bring back some food for Sunday. I'm like, where was our food? No, I will say, great opportunity down there, and I mean, it just goes on. And good thing, like, the weather was cooperative, and just a lot of people. And I don't know how many total people would. I'm sure it brings in thousands and thousands every year.
Yeah, it looked really packed there, and I think it's really wonderful that this is a great opportunity for all of our our local fishermen and everyone kind of in the realm of the fishing world, just being able to get together, sell some local seafood, get to enjoy just the overall spirit. It just looked like a really positive, fun environment there.
Absolutely. And I mean, you know, like I said, it's always good to have the community come together and, you know, and it's kind of right before the holiday season rush. It's like, okay, enjoy a little calm before the storm and just go, go, go. And after that point forward, it's just going to be, all right, I'm ready for the new year.
Yep. All right, Dustin, so let's talk weather. Like we said, today is going to feel a little bit like summer again.
It is, but no rain today. So, of course, a lot of rain is needed. We do the rain. Of course, the drought continues to persist on in once more. But obviously, yeah, we got those cool starts this morning, though. Like we mentioned to you, you didn't turn the heat on. You said no heat on in your...
No, I said I turned the AC off in my apartment.
Okay.
And then it got a little warm in there, so I had to change some things. But my car, I keep turning it on and off and on and off. I can't decide. I keep rolling the windows down.
Yep.
It's this is a challenging time of year where you can't really settle on anything right now.
It seems like you come in with a sweater, then you're out in the shorts and t-shirt in the afternoon.
Yep.
So it's kind of like today, a little cool start this morning. You made it a light jacket and then kind of let that go as we go towards today. So 50s and 60s are going to warm up nicely to the low 80s and maybe some mid 80s out there as well. So not looking too bad of a forecast to enjoy some beautiful weather outside. Whatever you have on your planner today, no excuses to be inside. Obviously, the humidity is going to slowly creep back up in the coming days, so it's going to get a little humid, but it's inch by inch. It's not like we're jumping from like scorching humidity as well. Look at this beautiful shot towards our Greenville camera. Now, I will say that you can pull us back. Of course, the time change is going to be happening soon now, but by the time the show's ending, we're not going to get to see all the sunrises. But on the weekend mornings, I told folks yesterday, in the weekend mornings, we're going to be right in the middle of the sunrise while it's going on.
I keep forgetting. That's how it was, obviously, earlier this year when I first started this morning shift.
Yeah.
We'd be going during the shows, and we'd be going outside at the end of the shows, and it would be just still very dark outside, but it is nice for all of us who work the morning shift when we do have to go to bed in the evenings, because I've been struggling with the idea of going to bed while it's still daylight outside.
Right.
This will give me the opportunity, the sun's setting, so it's a better mood to be going to bed to.
Well, it works for like I said, especially me on the weekends are coming in, filling in for Jim. It's nice to do that, but it's also like you miss those long days, so you kind of want to enjoy the little. I know you like to go out. You said you do a lot of running and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do. So that won't be fun either, running in the dark.
No, not much longer. But anyway, let's get you back to Goldsboro this morning. Yeah, some nice quiet conditions there, seeing that array of those hues of yellow and orange in the sky. We've been monitoring fog all morning, and it's been the theme here for the last several days on in. That fog just settles in. It's that time of year we get the foggy mornings, and then we warm up pretty nicely later on in the afternoon with that too. No rain on the radar. We did have a few light sprinkles off the Outer Banks this morning, but those have now completely fizzled out. Tropical activity is quiet down towards the Gulf, even outside the Caribbean island, but that right there is our cold front. So it's going to be a big cold front coming in, really knocking temperatures and the humidity down. We're going to really have that feel late Wednesday into Thursday morning. So if you're ready for another cool down, another cool down's coming, so we'll have to be patient. Speaking of the tropics, like I said, there's nothing happening here. Just a few weeks ago, we were watching something off the coast of Florida that did not really develop, but this area way out in the deep Atlantic, high chance of development over the next several days. We could have a named depression or a tropical storm as early as maybe Thursday or sometime this weekend, possibly in some form of tropical activity. So watch that carefully right now. Still a reminder, we are in peak season. We'll go through the end of October for that. Now, of course, I just showed you where the National Hurricane Center is highlighting that area outside of the Lesser Antilles Islands, even outside the Bay of Campeche, also picking up some of those activity. Maybe something mid-month we'll have to watch closely. Of course, Halloween, we'll see how far things play out. But for now, quiet with sunshine with a little fog out there, but that'll burn off. Temperatures get to the 60s, warming up to the low to mid 70s as noontime today. More clouds along the coastline, though, where there's inland locations. We'll have a lighter breeze expected. Like I've been telling you the last several days, we're going to see this drought unfortunately expand to a possible severe pocket here or there late week, unfortunately. We've seen rain, but it's not been enough to really wet those soil levels, so definitely a difficult time for harvesters and trying to make things pop, or if you're trying to get some yard work done. Good yard work weather for it, but a lot of crunch going around in the yards. This afternoon, there's those coastal clouds I was telling you about. No rain showers expected, though, for a change. Inland locations will see maybe a light spring sprinkles, say south of Highway 17 towards Carteret and Pamlico County. Coastal rain showers later tomorrow morning, but not going to be impending your day. Tuesday, most of the inland locations looking pretty nice with clouds increasing late in the day. Now again, we do have that king tide developing for us later today, and it's going to hold through all week. The good news though, it's not going to be as strong to start the week out, but later in the week to come, we're going to start to see some angry seas pick up as that northeast component of the wind settles on in. Rainfall though going into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we'll have to watch out for that. We could possibly see a coastal low spin off our coastline that could be developed off a stalled front that may bring back some rainfall for the weekend. Though it's Mumfest weekend, everything's in New Bern's going around. Keep checking back over the forecast at least once a day so you can kind of see what's going on with that. The humidity is going to also go up as well for us. Going to get to that humid to almost miserable rains by Wednesday. But throughout the day Wednesday, this cold front's going to come through, really drop that humidity down. Fools feeling comfortable through the weekend and even into early next week with that too. And just to kind of show you what's going on with all of our atmospheric moisture. Most of that moisture, there's the cold front coming in out of the west. You see there, it's going to start to punch in some drier air for a couple of days before it starts to move back up to give us some more rain shower chances. Real quick though, along the coastline, if you're headed to the beach today, Crystal Coast, moderate risk of rip currents. We got a high risk of rip currents. They updated that earlier this morning, so that's a change from overnight for the southern Outer Banks. With northern Outer Banks, you've continued to be holding at a high risk there. And of course, the king tide settles in. Rain most of the day late in Wednesday, early Thursday morning, and then it's going to get very windy and very unsettled there due to that rip current risk remaining pretty high, unfortunately, for the coastline. So other than that, the mid-70s by that front passing by. Weekend right now, got 40 chance of rain both Saturday and Sunday. Does not look like a washout, but looks like we could just see some passing showers later through the day on that time frame.
Okay, well, awesome to hear that, Dustin. And I know we do need this rain, although we never want to have it on a weekend. It is something that, you know, we've been dealing with quite a few, we've been dealing with dry conditions for what you said, several weeks now.
About 3-4 weeks, going on 5 weeks at this point.
Okay, yeah, and it sounds like it's not really getting much better, considering we really haven't seen a whole lot of rain. I mean, we've seen some rain, but not to an extent that could really, you know, change things up.
Yeah, right now, I mean, we saw the rain, was it 2 weekends ago, Friday? We were obviously out of town for Mayor Twin, but we were driving in the rain, and you could tell, it's like, okay, we're going to get a good rain. Right. And then we come back to Greenville, it's like, what rain fell? Yeah, because it was just overcast and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the rain coming in Wednesday, it should help out a little bit, but it's just going to be a struggle to get like a good 1 to 3 inches, which we really need right now.
Okay. Well, and then when we are talking about those rain chances on Wednesday, kind of talking about the timing there, is that something that we could be seeing throughout the day, or is that something that's going to put maybe a damper on our morning or our evening? How does that look?
Right now most of the day looks fine. It looks like post the rush hour, like we always say. Rush hour, going the evening hours. By the time we're back Thursday morning, we may be driving into rain, maybe some thunderstorms possibly out there for some. So a little something we haven't heard in a long while. Thunderstorm here.
Would that include anything severe? Are we looking at that right now?
Minus some breezy conditions. There's no, no tornado threat, nothing like that expected. I know we usually get these cold fronts in the fall time. Usually we get pretty warm, and if we get warm enough, we can start seeing severe elements to it, but it doesn't look like nothing too crazy out of that.
Okay, well, that's good to hear as well. And just looking at the forecast, I'll pop it back up one more time for anyone who's just joining us this morning. Good morning. So it looks like a really nice day on tap for us today. A great start to the week, which I feel like sometimes Mondays it can be hard to get up, especially when it's, feeling rainy outside, but things are looking good. I know you mentioned a little bit of fog this morning. How is that looking?
Pretty good. Most visibility is starting to improve. I'll have that fallcast coming good for you. I'll do that at the 8 o'clock hour.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us this morning, and thank you, Dustin, for your forecast. I do just want to say hello and good morning to everyone who's watching us, everyone who commented on our Facebook. Thanks for being here with us on this fine Monday morning. Bob Daw is loving the next 4-day forecast. I think that's also been really, I'm looking at it and things are looking A-okay. I mean, despite maybe those rain showers on Wednesday, but today, tomorrow, looking good.
I mean, that's welcome rain, I think. It makes you go to sleep easy, too, That's the last way I look at it, anyway.
All right, well, and then also good morning to Faye as well. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're going to be back again at 8 o'clock for another news and weather update, so hope you can join us then. Have a good one.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.